Hey guys, welcome back to week 2, lesson 1. We're going to jump right into Bible study, our crash course in Bible study today in this particular lesson. Just like I had explained earlier, there's going to be a short video that just kind of gives the crux of what we have here. If you want further study, there'll be another more in-depth video that'll be later on in this particular lesson. Jump into that. Feel free. If you don't have time for that, this will get you there. We'll get into the tools in a minute. I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the importance of Bible study and why we're even doing this. This is our very first kind of lead off. I know we've met 1 week already, just kind of getting all this set up, but this is our first rattle out of the box. Why do we start with Bible study? And the flip side, I guess the negative part of that is that many Christians today kind of see reading their Bible, studying their Bible as an optional part of being a disciple. But the scriptures, don't tell us that. They actually tell us the opposite. We see Joshua 1 and verse 8. It says that the ingestion of the scriptures, to be constant, a daily or a constant part of our daily life, to be meditating on it day and night, with the purpose of obeying what we find in it. Psalm chapter 1 and verses 2 and 3 says that as we meditate day and night on the word, on God's word, that it gives us strength and that it causes us to bear fruit as a disciple. Jesus reminds us in Matthew 7, verse 16, that this fruit that we produce through his word and through study, it's how that we will know who are his true followers, are those people who study the word and actually do what he says. I think a lot of people profess to be Christians today, but they don't actually study his word, they don't ingest his word, and they certainly don't obey his word. And so we want to, in this foundations class, to really battle that and really give you the tools to be able to study, ingest, and eventually and ultimately obey God's word. You see, we live in a world that's full of fear, especially right now, after an election, things are different. There's things going on the world stage. There's uncertainty, there's doubt everywhere. But Psalm 119, verse 105 tells us that his word is a light and a path for us to follow. We see in Acts 17 and 11, there was this group of people. They were called the Bereans. In that section, or at Acts 17 and verse 11, in that verse, we find that this group is said to be more noble of character than the Christians that were in Thessalonica. Why were they more noble? What was so special about them? And it says it's because they received the word eagerly. It wasn't a begrudging task. They wanted to know what the word was saying. And it says they examined the scriptures daily just to see if what they were hearing was correct. And when was the last time that you went home from a church service and took the passages the pastor gave you and took them home and studied them to see if what he was saying was correct? That's the kind of tool we want to give you in this class. Because as followers of Jesus, it's important for us to present ourselves to God, as we said earlier in 2 Timothy 2:15, as an unashamed worker, disciple, proved by God, because we were not only able to properly handle the word of truth, but that we were obeying the word of truth. So studying God's word is not an academic exercise. It's not just for head knowledge. It's literally the lifeblood and the energy that comes in and keeps us as believers, that keeps us moving. It's what it means to be a follower of Jesus. It's what it means to be a disciple. It's not an option. It's something every believer is called to do. And in this course, we want to give you all of the tools that you need to actually do the thing that God's calling us to do.